Have you ever had any experiences here before?
We talking sexual? We talking what we talking?
Paranormal.
Oh, paranormal. Plenty.
Welcome back to Kudzu Cast. It's been a while. I wanted to try to introduce a new series. You see, almost everyone has a creepy story or something that's happened to them they really can't explain. And so I'd like to go to people and interview them and let them tell their weird, creepy, ghost, cryptid, any kind of unsettling, dark, mysterious, weird story. So I started with my brother, who had a really wild stretch of weird paranormal experiences in this old creepy house in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. So we went back to that house so he could tell us his story.
I guess you could say the first one would be hearing footsteps throughout the house. Like when you're in the back bedroom and all of a sudden you hear somebody in the kitchen where you think, since you're living with somebody, it would be that person, but you would go out and it's like midnight and their door's closed, nobody in the kitchen, the lights were off still, but you could hear the footsteps. That would be the first thing.
So you'd be in your room, you hear somebody walking around, and you verify everyone who's here is asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And after you verify, would you still hear the footsteps?
Yes.
For how long?
Well, it would last after I go check it. Like when I go check personally, like when I walked in there, it would stop. But then I would go back to the room and it would continue again. And then, obviously you pick your head back out because you're like, oh, maybe somebody's in there again, and they're not. And then it would last like 15, 20-ish minutes, and then I just go to bed. I was in my back bedroom again. I was laying in bed. Again, you hear footsteps. So again, when you hear footsteps in your house, you go check it. It's just common sense. Well, I peek out, like normal. I peek my head out. And then at the end of the hallway, there was a little light. And on the wall back here, and you could see it because it was coming through the window. And I'm like, okay, there's light there. Let's see what's going on. Next thing I know, something blacks out that light, and it's just standing there. And I was like, kind of strange. Next thing I know, I saw the whole thing shift, like it turned, and then it walked straight to the door. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't go check. I just closed my door, and I didn't want to deal with that, so I just closed my door and then put the covers over my head and just try to go to sleep.
You've heard things, now you've seen something.
Yep.
Did it escalate from there?
It did.
What was the next thing?
Well, there's two more big things that happened. We'll just go in order of when they happened. Again, normal night. This time I was actually playing my Call of Duty in the extra bedroom that we had where my setup was at. And again, heard footsteps, but it wasn't late in the night. It was like 8 or 9ish, and I peeked my head out the door to see if my aunt's there. So I peek out and I don't see her. Kind of crazy. Okay, well, next thing I know, I'm walking to the bathroom. Did I go to the bathroom? And then I heard footsteps behind me. And when I heard footsteps behind me, I was like, crazy. So I turned around, nobody's there. So I turned back around, walked to the end of the hallway, and I hear him again. Instead of going to the bathroom, I went into my bedroom because I didn't want to deal with it. But the thing is, I kept hearing the footsteps coming down the hallway. So I'm not gonna lie, I was a little scared. So I closed my door and I barricaded my door because I didn't want nothing to come in there. Because the thing is, I kept hearing it walk up and down the hallway. Just kept going back and forth. It was so bad to the point that I called my grandmother because I knew she was gonna be awake. And I was like, this has to be something. It's not in my head. So I called her and I was like, hey, listen for these footsteps, see if you can hear it. Sure enough, she answered. And I was like, I'm putting the phone by the door. Please tell me if you hear footsteps down the hallway. I did that. She said she could hear it. So I wasn't completely crazy. The last one is, in my experience, is probably the craziest one. Okay. Again, it all starts when I'm in my bedroom back there. It's like around midnight. Actually, it was closer, like 2 a.m. And I heard banging on the front door, like banging, and it's kind of crazy. You don't hear that at 2 a.m. So I peeked my head out my window just to see if somebody's out there. If they are, why you banging on my door at 2 a.m.? Look, peek my head out there. Nobody's there. I'm in my underwear. I got my AR. I put the clip in. I racked it. And I swept. I went out the front door with an AR at 2 a.m. in my underwear. And I walked around the house. So I was like, somebody's here, because I heard banging. And my aunt can verify that one, because she also heard it. And she was also awake whenever I walked outside with an AR at 2 a.m. walking around the house.
What about the little girl voice?
I wasn't going to bring that one up.
That's like actual evidence you called on.
I just want to leave that one in the past.
I think we should talk about it.
I don't think we need to. I want to let that one die.
It scare you that much?
It traumatized me, man. I just didn't want to bring it up.
I think we need to talk about it.
Okay. All right. Now, well, we were laying in, or I say we, it was me. I was lonely before I met my lovely wife. Anyway, I was laying in bed. I just moved down here a couple of months at this point. And this is whenever I was hearing things like walking in the kitchen. But one night I heard a little girl talking because I was asleep, and I thought the little girl was in my dream. And when I was, obviously I was worried, because I was like, why is there a little girl in my dream? I just became a teacher. Like, it was kind of strange timing. Next thing I know, we were I was asleep, and I woke up. And when I woke up, I still heard the little girl talking. And I was like, there's absolutely no way this is happening right now. It doesn't make sense to me. Why is there a little girl talking to me? And it doesn't make sense. I'm by myself. There's no little girls around. Anyway, I took my phone out. My head is under the covers, so I was afraid. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. And I pressed record, because I knew that if I hit record and I call it, and I caught this little girl talking, then I wasn't crazy, and I could show proof that somebody was talking to me that was not me. Because I think in the video I talk over it. It's been a couple years now. But I talk over the little girl talking. And then I stopped talking, somebody to cry. And next thing I know, I caught it. So the first thing I did was obviously send it to everybody that I knew. It was like, hey, I caught a ghost. So screw you guys, it's actually real. Oh, hell no. I'm not the only one hearing this, right? Bro, this is creepy, dude. Dude. I'm about to cry. I called it. That's all I got. I don't know if it's a real voice or a fake voice. I genuinely don't know. My theory, as of like recently, has been my late uncle played a prank on me, is what I'm assuming. And he unfortunately passed away. So it's a joke that will never die. Is what I'm hoping it is.
I don't think that I would understand. You'd hope that, but I don't think that's likely.
Probably not. But I do sincerely hope that it was just a prank that he started that unfortunately will never end.
Have you had any weird experiences here?
Yeah. Not too long ago, about a week ago, I thought I was laying in the bed and I thought I heard the door open. My door open.
Bedroom?
Bedroom door open. But I raised up and wasn't nothing there, but I could have swore somebody was in the bedroom with me.
So did the door actually open?
No, the door didn't open, but it just sounded like the door was opening.
Someone was trying to open
Yeah.
it?
There wasn't nothing there. I mean, I know there was nobody in the house besides me and my dog. And I do get the feeling that somebody's there. You know how you can press your hands on the bed and you can see the prints? I have felt that around me a few times. It's just a weary feeling you got. And then when the door was, I felt that. That's when the handprint went down on my bed.
That happened all on the same night?
Yeah.
Like within like a couple minutes of each other?
Yeah. And about February the 1st, when I come back from Yazoo City, I don't know who it was. Somebody was beating on the side of the house from 3 o'clock in the morning till 5 that morning. 2 hours. I got up, but of course, you know, I'm chicken. I didn't go outside. So I looked out the windows and I didn't see nothing. I said, okay. But they beat on it for 2 hours.
There you go. Like where all around the house or?
No, just my bedroom door. I mean, bedroom outside my bedroom where my window was at.
You didn't look?
I was scared. No, so no.
Don't blame me. I'm just wondering.
All I have is a BB gun my nephew give me.
You gotta scare them all.
Well, you gotta pump it. But I mean, you know, other than that, I haven't really seen or heard anything other than my bedroom door opening, and I know wasn't nobody there because I guess I'm gonna start locking my bedroom because wasn't nothing there.